Hello, my name is Trydar, and I have a download model for you today of SeaQuest DSV. The DSV stands for Deep Submergence Vehicle because it is, of course, a submarine. And for those of you that don't know, this is from a rather old now TV show that featured a submarine, which I always thought was really cool, and one of my goals was to get it into Minecraft here. And I have finally been able to do so with the help of importing a 3D model that someone else made, which I used to create the stone model here. But after that, I went and added all the details and made the coloring and everything to sort of clean the model up and get it imported into Minecraft. But without further ado, let's take a look at the models that I have for you today. The 21st century. Mankind has colonized the last unexplored region on Earth, the ocean. As captain of the SeaQuest and its crew, we are its guardians. For beneath the surface lies the future. Or anyway, that is how the opening of the old TV show went. And it had a fairly catchy theme to it, but unfortunately I cannot play that. But as you can see here, the first model we will be looking at is the model that is faithful to the one from the TV show. I even paused all the old episodes and everything to try and get the spacing of all the windows and everything that you see done here to be correct based on what I could make out from pausing the videos and everything, taking a look at it to get the exterior features correct. Because that's one thing, even though I did find a model, I couldn't find one that had all of the windows marked on it properly according to what was on the studio model, so I wanted to have that be as accurate as I could. Now back here you will notice there's going to be a difference between the rudders back here. Of course it has I think it's a magneto-hydrodynamic propulsion. I think it's the same thing that was on the Red October submarine back here, and I believe these things are rudders. You can see they are extended here, but they are retracted over here on the stone model. So I had to make these myself, but this was on the default model over here. And it had sort of a black mottled, sort of a grayish organic texture to it. So I tried to replicate that in my reconstruction of the exterior, just doing a simple brush in MC Edit to give the model some texture. I've always really liked the shape of this submarine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stone model here. Of course, as I said, I used someone else's, they had a link to the original Studio 3D model actually. And I managed to interpolate that into these stone blocks here after going through a couple of programs to get it converted over. And after that, then I went over it by hand and sort of resculpted a bit here and there to get all the rough edges out. And I added all the details myself, like the windows and the doorways here that are the entrances into the launch bays. There are quite a few of those. Back here is the engineering hull, and as I've said, here are the rudders, and they are retracted inwards. And we can see back here there's some detail of the propulsion assembly. I had to make a lot of this by hand back here too. It wasn't exactly in the model. So over here you can see a third model that I'm providing for you today, and it is a Subnautica themed SeaQuest with the extensions back here for the rudders and the propulsion assembly. And as usual with the Subnautica theme technology, it has a lot of white and gray and yellow accents to it. And I had to redo some of the windows also. I made them a bit larger, but they're still roughly in the same positions. And let's go a bit lower down here so you can see underneath. I have done all the details around here. These ports here appear to be where the torpedoes were launched from, so I have the launch bays down there as well as some lighting on the sides here. I think in the brief 2032 reboot of the series there were lasers that were added down there also, probably the most ridiculous element of that particular series, but I always liked the original design myself, and I hope you do as well. Now, as I've said, this is going to be a download model only. There is no interior to this. It's just a solid piece of stone because it's just too large and too complex to do a tutorial on. And also because, as I said, it doesn't have an interior to build anyway, and I'm unlikely to ever put one inside of it, just because of the vast scale of the thing. We can also see on top here, we also have part of the sensor assemblies and the communications arrays and some lights around here. Some doors on the back, and I believe these are the nuclear launch silos down below there. There appear to be about 10 of those that I have added as well. But that's all I have for you in this video. It's just a short and simple video to give you a tour and the download files. I may do more with the model in the future, but in the meantime, I wanted to go ahead and give this to you. I've had it done for a couple of months now, since I first posted it on my Instagram. So I hope you like it also, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.